guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran, and today we're going back to the beta of Warlords of Draenor. We're going to be checking out healers and see what they're like right now. I am in no way and never have been a professional or even a really good or even mediocre or even decent or even a bad healer. I've never really healed for PvP, but if you are wondering what at what state your class is in right now, where they are and how I feel they are functioning. Right now, first we have Disc Priest. The Disc Priest spec feels pretty good. The bubbles are not too strong, the casts are decent, and I don't know, it didn't feel like anything all specific. It's just you put up absorbs to ignore the damage ahead, and then you just heal up past it, and it just seemed to be pretty straightforward. It seemed to be one of my least favorite specs to play as a healer out of all the other specs that are available. It felt like a staple healing class. It felt like it was doing its job. It didn't feel any special in any way possible. Out of all healing specs in Warlords of Draenor beta, I would rank Disc Priest as 6th. We also have the Resto Druid, which has completely been redefined. There's barely any casts within the spec except for Wild Growth, but it's heavily designed within HOTS. Because the spec has so many insta-cast healing abilities, it definitely hampers on your mana, so this spec is extremely required. It's just, it seemed to me like it was, you have to preempt all the damage it's going to take. You cannot be reactive, almost, you just impossibly can be, or you're going to be wasting your mana so quickly and so easily. I would rank this spec 5th out of 6 on healer scale out of all 6 specs, mainly because the spec is heavily proactive. You cannot be reactive, otherwise you may waste too much mana and you might not get the most efficiency out of your HOTS, making it that much harder to play the spec unless you just have that specific mindset of proactive healing. Holy Paladin, on the other hand, they have gone through plenty of changes for Warlords of Draenor beta. I covered them in one video, but here I just want to really give you a definitive, I guess, understanding of where they are and how they feel. They don't feel well as a reactive spec. You don't have any of your fast heals in order to top somebody off once they start dipping low. Flash heal does not feel like a really fast heal at all. Maybe it's because you have to pair it together with your offensive cooldowns, or I guess your healing cooldowns, in order to give your heals more of an oomph to it. But otherwise they feel like a pretty stable healer. They can't really stop a slippery slope, which is what the problem I had with it. If you're proactive and know what kind of damage is going to come in, you can definitely mitigate as much of it as possible. I would rank Paladin as 4 out of 6 out of all the healing specs. Mistweaver Monks felt pretty something, I would say. It's an interesting combination, an interesting redone version of this spec. Seems to be pretty good whenever it comes to being at the front lines and at the back lines. It definitely gave me one of the best opportunities to be at the front line healer, get up with the tank or with the leader of the group or party and help them out, keep them up. Otherwise, it just seemed like a really well done healer. I would rank it as one of my more favorite ones just because of the mobility addition that it has and the ability to be on the front lines without really any regret for the most part, at least in Ashran. 3 out of 6. Now the counter spec of Priest, which is Holy Priest, felt a little bit more fun, a little bit more active, and way more AoE, even impressive. I like Holy way better than Disc. Holy has the ability to spread out heals all over the group and gain benefits out of it, and I felt like it was great for AoE, and maybe it might be great for single target battles. The great thing about it is it has a decent amount of instas, be it AoE or be it single target healing spells. It has also plenty of support, just like any other spec. Guardian is extremely strong as is. It's not as up as often as pain suppression, but Guardian is definitely one of those fun talents to use as a Holy Priest. And lastly, this Shaman, one of the probably my most favorite healers. It was really easy to pick up with some of the abilities that they have. I would definitely score the rest of Shaman as number 1 out of all the 6 healing specs that are in the game. I don't know, it was easy to pick up. The totems healing was decent. The minor healing that you had, the lowest possible spell, had decent amount of healing. The combinational abilities that you could apply together in order to create a more powerful effect, you felt more in control. So here you go, guys. That's my list on the healers that's in Warlords of Draenor beta and how I feel they rank from like the lowest to the highest. All the healers seem to be viable for when it comes to PvP, and this is just my opinion. Again, all opinionated, only from what I've seen healers do before, how I've seen healers played before from a point of view of a combat rogue, from like a third person perspective. Other than that, don't take this close to heart if you feel like your spec was seen in a bad light. Definitely, all of you, if you want to check out how your healers are doing, you should go there yourself and get on the beta somehow, or maybe, you know, either wait for it or try to find a way to obtain one of the keys, or maybe tweet a Blizzard employee. But get on the beta, test it yourself if you are really concerned about your class, and if you do have concerns, make sure to voice them on the forums. This is Dalaran bringing you guys healers in Warlords of Draenor, the very basic showcase of it. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.